sibilance. Over the lips, through the
check.
gums.
1,
Yes,
2.
one.
Sibilance. Check. 1, 2. Sibilance.
All right. Oh my God,
Sibilance.
this is going to be amazing. You ready?
Let's do it.
We're going to wake him up. Let's wake him up. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is the ChatGTM broadcast coming to you live from the Omni Hotel down here in downtown Dallas, Texas. We are at the Prosper Accelerate Conference. As with me, almost as always, Mr. Chad Horn. How you doing this morning, Chad?
Very good. I'm very excited to talk with our guest today.
I am kind of losing my mind.
Mr.
You and
Beck.
I are AI geeks.
This is pretty cool.
We build little people. We have iterations. I think 1,500 different versions of our mascot
Wow.
Inky that we've developed
Oh my
with
gosh.
ChatGTP. We've been trying to figure out all the different ways. In fact, our podcast is called the ChatGTM podcast.
it.
We think we're so clever.
That's very clever.
But with us is Andrew Drew Davis. I'll let you speak for yourself what you do. I won't steal your thunder. I don't think I could steal your thunder if I tried to be like Prometheus taking the fire. So,
Oh man!
Drew,
Well,
welcome to the show.
Thank you
first
very
off.
much. Thanks
oh
for
my
having
God,
me. This
like
is
a
so much
total-
fun.
Yeah, I'm fanboying out here.
I am a marketing guy by trade. I worked in television before that.
Is that your Muppets?
Yeah. I worked for the Jim Henson Company.
Whoa.
That's where I met my wife. That's the best part of the job, actually. Yeah, it's very
That's
cool.
a whole different level of fanboy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I-
Kermit Frog here.
Oh,
Let's
that's
go.
pretty good. I do a Grover imitation.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
That's
ready?
That's my
This will
dog's
work
name.
really well for the podcast
Okay.
listeners that are not watching.
hear it,
You
let's
ready?
hear
Here we go. It goes like this. Near,
This is far
far,
away.
near, far.
All right, we are definitely on here. This is the best. This is the best. All right. So,
yes.
Drew, what brings you here? First off, like,
Okay, so I'm at Prosper Accelerate because I was really excited about helping this industry kind of think through exactly how we should really understand and build out AI for the future.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about like humanizing AI. What I was here to do was try to help people understand what that really means.
Right.
Like, if we're really going to do this, we got to kind of start thinking about it a different way.
and yesterday during the session, you brought up a concept that I think we all feel the sting of. AI shame,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
tell us a little bit about that
Okay.
shame-o-meter, because
Yeah.
I thought that was delightful because so many people are passing off AI's work as their own.
Yes, that's right.
And sometimes there shouldn't be guilt, and sometimes there probably should be some
Yes,
guilt.
yes. The synthetic shame-o-meter basically measures the level of shame.
Synthetic shame.
Synthetic shame.
Yes. All right.
It's kind of like it's a fake version of shame. It's basically a manufactured kind of shame that you should feel when you're passing off AI work as your own. And there are different levels. Like if you're just going to respond to a vendor email, use ChatGPT to write it. Okay, that's like low shame.
Sure.
But on the other end of the spectrum is if you're going to like have it write a strategy document that the board and an executive team is going to review, and you pass that off as your own, that's a high level of shame.
Especially if you don't even review it first.
Oh yeah, like that's.
Lord.
Well, did you guys just hear about McKinsey and Company?
No, what
McKinsey
happened?
and Company, they have just been sued by a government in Australia because they submitted a report they were paid a few $1 million to do. And in it, all the footnotes were hallucinations from ChatGPT.
my God.
And somebody
Oh,
went to
my
check
God.
some of these footnotes, and I think they've sued them for $440,000.
Oh my goodness.
So
Somebody lost their job.
oh, definitely somebody lost their job. They had a hearing about it in like the government down there. So yes, you've got to check your work, and that's the high stakes stuff that you should feel guilty about as passing off as your own. And the lesson isn't really that you need to feel the shame. The lesson is you need to be transparent about the use and confident
Yes.
about your use of AI. And if you're feeling that synthetic shame, it's a signal that you should just share that you're using it. Like just say to even to the executive team, hey, look, I was really busy this weekend. I used my digital doppelganger, Drew Dini, to help me write this. Let me know if you find any inconsistencies. Happy to edit it. Let me know what you think. That changes everything.
So to be clear, email add-ons that like just auto draft your emails for you. You can tweak them. You're not suggesting
Low
people
shame
say
there.
sent by Drew Dini on your email.
I am. If you review those,
Uh-huh.
then I think it's okay to just send as your own.
Okay.
If they are automatically responding and it's just being sent out by itself, yeah, I think you need to put a disclaimer that says like, I have done that, and I have a link
Okay.
to the like it says this email was written and created completely by Drew Dini, Andrew's AI digital doppelganger, and it has a link to a video where Drew Dini explains who he is and why.
Oh,
he
really?
works. Yes.
Interesting.
So like that helps people embrace the transparent use of AI. I don't see any
I
other
love
way
it.
around it.
Well, I love that you're doing. I mean, no, I don't think anybody listening is going to change how they do their email now.
No, I'm
but
not.
I love that you're setting the standard and say, hey guys, aspire to this.
Yeah.
Because this, especially as things keep getting better and better, there needs to be that level of transparency.
Well, if you think about the opposite, like the problem is if all of our emails are drafted by AI and it's just AI responding to AI,
Yes.
no email is going to ever work, right?
Yeah.
Like every email
Yeah.
will be the same. Like if you took a marketing email and said, you know what, I'm going to fire all my marketing team and just let AI generate the marketing, it's going to be the most boring marketing ever, and it will not work.
Right.
So like, you've got to focus on originality and creativity, two things that AI doesn't do very well because it just trains on itself. So like we've got to have a personal touch, and the only way to ensure that your email doesn't sound the same is to train your own doppelganger to write it for you, and then just share that your doppelganger wrote it. Like I don't think you just you don't feel any shame at that point because it's written like you.
Yeah, well, it's almost like when you used to answer emails on your phone, sent from my iPhone.
Yes,
it's a little caveat that it might not be so sparkling. It might probably have some errors in it, right? So
Yeah, mine actually says, like, I think mine says on my phone, it says I probably dictated this email, and if it makes no sense, just like email me back. That's what my email signature says. Yeah.
And you shared some information yesterday about really, the AI on top of AI. It's all, to me, it's almost like a balsamic reduction or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's boiling it down to just this melange of good.
That's
there's
so
nothing
right.
special in there, right?
Yeah.
I love the idea of balsamic reduction of AI. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is. Now it's goo, right?
It is
But it
goo.
might taste a little good, but it's really not going to be your meal.
That's right. It's like algorithmic convergence. It's basically what happens is like when you prompt it and ask it to write an email response, or you ask it to write a subject line for an email, as soon as you send that out, the large language models are learning on that output.
Right,
So it's just reinforcing that that's a good subject line and that's a great way to write an email. And so over time, the similarity of AI output will get more and more similar, which means the originality factor just goes way down. And at some point you get to the zero originality point.
Race to the bottom.
Yeah, it's race to the bottom.
So in society, in practice, people are going to throw up way before that happens. So there's going to be a anti-AI
That's right.
revolution.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
There'll be a point at which everybody who's invested all this money and fired all their salespeople in favor of an AI sales bot are going to realize they made a big mistake because every phone call is going to sound the same, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're selling software or you're selling French fries on the phone. Every call will be orchestrated the same way, and none of them will work. So, yeah, we've got to find a way around this. I was just thinking, like, here's the thing. I think for people like that are in the knowledge work space, you have to think about it like this. Like if you were given the opportunity to have a robot take over your job, the robot could be your robot. Like you give it spiky hair, cool glasses, like nice little
Little chin strap.
Yes, exactly. Yours, spiky hair as well. Very different though, no glasses. And it could go to your Zoom calls for you and do your work. And you guys could be on the beach or whatever you want to do. Go skiing, right? That's option number one. Option number two is the corporation could buy the same robot.
Right.
And I don't know, I guess you're out of a job. Like these are the options
Make
that we're
yourself
facing.
replaceable by nature how you interact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you keep training your corporation's AI to do the work you do, and you're weeding out all the originality, like at some point, you're replaceable.
Have you had that moment in time where you joined a meeting and there's 5 or 6 AIs that are there before anybody else?
so weird.
It feels like real genius when the professor was talking. There's like 1 tape recorder in the room, then 2 tape recorders in the room, and then the tape recorder is teaching the classroom.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's what it's like.
It's wild that we're getting so dependent on these things, and we're actually removing what's special about us from the equation by nature. A little bit of laziness, right? I mean, yes, there's efficiency, but that spark.
Yeah, well, like I get a lot of those same kind of thing. Like I join it. I like to be an early bird. I get to the meeting early, and like the only person there is Rachel's note taker.
Yep.
AI bot, and then Rachel's note taker sends me the note summary. You know, but there's nothing unique about any of those interactions.
No.
And I think in the future, if you can do that, like if the notes could sound like they came from you, that's much better.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
I think that is different.
What do you think the path is right now? Because it is this gold rush. It is this constant, let's grab, let's go. And you were talking yesterday about intelligence versus wisdom.
Yeah.
right? How do we protect against not having the wisdom layered into all of this?
Oh man, I think the only way to protect against this this kind of like pinnacle of disaster that could approach, I think is that you've got to take ownership over the things you're training and make sure they really do. They're wise like you, like where your experience, your perspective, your intent, your taste is kind of layered in so that everything you do has your flavor and flair, and that's what makes it unique and different.
Do you have kids?
I don't, but I have a bunch of brothers and sisters, so my wife and I are the oldest kids, so we have lots of nieces and nephews.
So I'm trying to think scholastically, like
Yes.
I don't even know how teachers manage against that. I'm sure there's AI sniffers.
Yeah,
but
there
you can
are.
game that a little bit, right?
But I think like I don't have the answers to this. I don't think anybody does. But I feel like the biggest opportunity is to start teaching kids that the AI use is okay as long as it's not generic output, vending machine style use. Like you need to know what, if you're going to write a paper, you need to know what makes a good paper for you and a bad paper for you. If you're going to write a story, you need to know what's a good story and what's a bad story. And so that taste and perspective shapes what you create. And that is more valuable to teach, I think, in the future.
You got to learn to think in the first place.
That's right.
So kids are in a different place than adults, right?
That's
like
true.
You can bring your personality and say, have AI mimic.
That's right.
I like how you called that out yesterday. That's what AI superpowers
It
ability
is.
to mimic. And we were talking to a voice AI company in our industry yesterday, and it's like, wait a minute, in this use case, it's not even mimicking the what is, it's mimicking the ideal.
That's right.
Right? So they get to, that best employee picking up the phone in a good mood, perfect customer service, times 20 of them. Anytime, right? It's like that's great. And like people are even not even being their true authentic selves, not because of AI, because of time. So they're being a short, curt email, boom, when it's now, it's like they can combine their best self with the AI to do their best every time.
I think that's the gold standard. That's what we should all be willing to accomplish. And I think, like, let's just take that use case. If you could take your best customer service person and put them on the phone every time, and it was modeled after that best customer interaction, including all the ums and the ahs and let me think about it. Slightly flawed, which is what makes it human. That person should be paid for that. Like they should get a royalty on every phone call that comes in. That's the kind of future I'm talking about. Because you can't have 20 of the same person answering the phone. It will not work. Like from human to human, it's just going to sound like a robot at the end because every customer interaction will be the same. You need to license 19 different people and the way they think, the way they problem solve, the way they respond to customers. That's what makes it sound and feel real. And if you're going to mimic that, I think you need to look within your organization, find those people, and then reward them on training your AI to do what they're going to do.
If we go back to the shame-o-meter.
The synthetic shame-o-meter. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. I write 80% of my own content, have AI round it out. What's the shame spectrum there that should be applied?
Do you give it credit? Like, do you say, like, this was written by me but edited by Drudini? That's what I would say. I haven't
even layered that in yet. You give me a new way to think about this.
Like, think about it this way. If you read a New York Times article or a Wall Street Journal article or
the editor,
you would have like a byline from the person and an editor. And if you worked on a story together and you can't discern who did the most work, then the byline's from two people. I think in the future, if you start thinking this way, everybody who writes something will be saying it was written by me and it has a byline by.
I think
give them credit because that's what makes people know. It's not just, I didn't just ChatGPT it and this is not generic. I trained something to think the way I think. And so the output is unique to us as a team. Like if I had done it alone, it would be different. If Drudini had done it alone, it would also be different. But when we work together, this is our output.
It's about transparency, and I think it's going to evolve over time because, like, when you do a video with Inky and the animation, no one's thinking, "Wow, look at Beck's amazing animation skills."
He should be a Pixar.
They think, of course, you use AI. It's awesome. It's an awesome product, but no one's getting confused. Whereas articles, emails, people are.
There's probably an accusatory nature, especially when you see voluminous text going, "This is clearly AI." You could have left out the EM dashes too, just to hide it.
Let me just tell you. I just had a friend. I felt so bad for this. I won't call him out. But he posted something on LinkedIn that was pretty lengthy. The first comment was, you used AI to write this. And I felt so bad for him. He had written it himself.
Oh, no.
And so he had to respond by saying like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I did write this myself. But if it sounds just like AI, I think I should try AI to fix it. And he was like, that became the conversation.
Well, that's painful in itself.
It's painful.
Like if you have really good, authentic content that's all you, and now it's being attributed to something
I think
else.
that's the problem. Like, because others aren't being transparent, you're starting to doubt that anything, even if it was authentic, was real. You're now saying like, you know, for this person, they spent the time to try to write something they thought was thoughtful and impassioned and from their own voice. But people's first reaction is now like, oh, it's so long. It must have been, I don't know what prompted that. But I think our like AI radar is so in tune that we're starting to think, nah, they didn't write that. And I see it a lot. Like I know, you know, I just talked to an employee at this event who said, you know, my boss thinks they're getting away with stuff, but I can tell they're using ChatGPT because, you know, about 3 months ago, they started using words they never used before in emails. And now they're using them very often, and they're writing longer and longer emails, and their conversation style has totally changed. And no one's calling them out on it. I suggested you should call them out on it. Like transparency is a big piece of making any of this work.
You have to use personal anecdotes in your writing to prove it wasn't all AI.
That's right.
And that shows too. Thinking about, and I'm sure somebody could look it up here, but just for the audience, whose IP is that? Once it comes out,
So,
that LLM.
This is like a gray space, and I'm not an attorney. I just was talking to an attorney. I'm not an attorney. Drudini's not an attorney. None of us. We're not, right, Chad? You're not an attorney.
Look at us.
Look at I do have a Drudini attorney.
Okay.
But he's trained to think like me, which is he's the worst attorney on the planet. I'll tell you that. Here's the thing. Right now, all of these companies, the major ones anyway, are claiming that whatever you two generate together, you and the AI generate together, is owned by you. The output is yours.
Okay.
Now this could change rapidly. This could change tomorrow. They are saying that because it is, you know, new generated stuff, that it is unique to you and the AI, which I think is great for standing up the digital doppelganger idea. If you and Drudini are going to create something together, you should both get credit, and maybe Drudini's copyright is different than yours. Like, I don't know, but I think it's possible. If you think that way, if this is all owned by us, then I think we're treading into new territory where the AI could live on past you and could still keep on creating with the help of somebody else. So I think there's a long-term ramification, but you have to think this way. You have to think, I've got to protect the way I think, the way I write, the way I communicate, the way I edit, the kind of animation style I have. Like, this needs to be something that I can create and is original to us.
That's a percentage. Ultimately, that gets codified as it's more than 1%, less than 100.
That's right.
This percentage has to be you for you to
that's right.
your IP.
I think so.
That's
like
right.
Think about it this way. Like tomorrow, you know, like I'm sure you guys have tried some of the GPTs in the GPT store. Have you tried any of those? Where you
yes.
Okay. So I think what they wanted to do originally was allow you to then transact with those. Like, and there have been lots of workarounds, and people have these kludgy ways to get you to pay for their GPT.
Right.
But I think if you think about it like this, like I pride myself in writing really good email subject lines, and I built a Drudini that writes really good subject lines exactly the way I do. The way he thinks through the process the way I do. He reads the content with an eye like I do.
Is your Drudini no code?
It's purely
it's all input.
It's all input prompting.
Okay.
There's nothing fancy about it really. But I could create a GPT that if you wanted to use it, you could say, I want to use the Drudini email subject line, and every time he generates a subject line for me, it's a penny. Like, I think that's the way we can scale our knowledge and our expertise and our unique perspective and taste, because the subject lines I like are different than yours, they're different than yours. And that's what makes it great. But if you know, like, I like Dan Martell's emails. Like, I don't know if you subscribe to him. He's a really smart guy. He writes great emails. And I keep thinking, you know, it would be great if I could hire Dan Martell's, you know, digital doppelganger to help me write better emails. I think there's potential there. Like, I think we can scale our knowledge and expertise by teaching it and then sharing it with others.
Technically, could you just take Dan Martell's emails, dump those into your Drudini, and
this is what we're doing right now. But I think it would be much easier if I just knew Dan already had done that and I could pay for it.
Right.
Like, I don't mind to give it a penny and then have a byline that's like, Martel's magical email writer. Like, I don't mind giving it credit. Or maybe you trade the credit for the service. Like, I give it credit, and other people then can write those emails in that style for their own thing. Or I can pay for $1, and every email that it writes, I don't have to give it credit. Like, I think is the model of the future. If we adapt this kind of thinking, that we can protect our
So you did some cool stuff for the restaurant industry preparing for this conference. Talk about that experience and your thoughts around the intersection of AI and restaurants as a result of your preparation.
Oh Lord.
I mean, look, I think there's huge potential. Like, I've seen a lot of the technologies that people were even pitching here and are presenting. Most of the stuff is predicated on just efficiency and scale, I guess, and customization with air quotes, like meaning customizing it for the consumer, but not the experience the other way around. So, the research I did before coming into the restaurant industry, I think really uncovered the vendors are really excited about providing stuff that's AI powered, but I don't think any of the people on the other end, the buyers, are exactly sure how to use it in a way that's brand focused and deliver something unique and different. And I think that's the gap that a lot of people are trying to play. I did some fun stuff, like created a song using Suno.
Yep, that was cool.
That was really fun. We created a music video using Sora that was in claymation style.
Yeah, and that was Aardman animation. And
it looked like I know, right? Like, it was really
Wallace
amazing.
And Gromit.
Yeah, it looked like Wallace and Gromit. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, blew my
Again, like, we should be paying a penny every time we can generate
thanks,
a
Nick Hart,
second.
for making this stuff. Yeah,
I'm fine with that. And I think that's those kinds of styles. That's the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like we all have something to contribute, and there's somebody out there that wants to do things the way we do things. Why not get rewarded for that?
Yeah.
What about in Hollywood now with the new AI actors that are popping up? Right? There's a furor over that.
There is
right?
a furor over that, and I think it's because this happens with every new technology. Like, there's immediately like a giant pushback about what the future looks like.
Yep.
The fear mongering. When the film camera was invented in 1896, they went on the Lumiere brothers went on a global tour, 100-city tour, to demonstrate the power of the moving picture.
Stealing one's souls.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yes.
The headline said that the moving image will be the downfall of modern society. It will cause vice and depravity in the streets. That was what people thought about them. And the Lumiere brothers decided to shelve it because the pushback was so violent. And it took us a good 15 more years before people started to realize that, no, it's not just a moving image. It's a visual storytelling medium. That's the true superpower. Yeah. And until people realize, especially in Hollywood, when they realize this is an opportunity for them to scale their talent and increase their potential revenue, I don't think they see the opportunity. Like, I get it, but there's an opportunity here for even the lowest paid scale actors to create stuff that other people could use and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Well, the example in our space here. So with voice AI, we went to CES.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
One of the companies we met was voices.com.
Okay.
And they had a massive repository of amazing voice actors.
Yeah.
And the conversation was like, because we were very interested in voice AI at the drive-thru at the time, and still are. But the idea that, what if these like really great human voice actors could lend their talent to a brand that wanted to have their voice on, pick up the phone and call.
That's it.
Drive-through experience.
Do it.
Like, that would be epic.
That's epic. And are they not doing that?
They're working towards it.
How can they not move faster than
they're
this?
good at the legal aspects, like the equivalent of name, image, likeness for your voice. They're the perfect partner for that. But like the integrations and things you need to do to be able to.
Well, you can do that right now with like 11 Labs. I don't understand. Like, I think this is part of the problem. The technology is moving so fast, and the biggest players are setting the standard and then kind of hoping you believe this is the best way forward. So everybody's putting their insight and knowledge into these tools, but not thinking about the ramifications on their personal revenue and opportunities. And you need intermediaries like voices.com to be able to say, like, hey, let's rapidly figure out how we can scale these voices, give an offering to these voice actors for potential revenue and longer term impact, see how it works, and go from there. I get it. It's complicated, and not everybody's on the same scale. But if it's an opt-in opportunity, you'll start to see the difference. You know, I think you're thinking about it the right way, and they are too.
Yeah.
So as a dyed-in-the-wool marketer, you also consider yourself a creative. I'd probably say yes.
Yes, that's definitely, yeah.
Because sometimes they're not synonymous, right?
No, I know they're
marketers
not.
are very data-driven,
Totally.
and planning,
Yeah.
and then there's creatives. And what I really love about this is it democratizes that studio.
Yes.
Right? And in the right hands of a creative, can make these things sing.
That's right.
Right? So I mean, talk about what that would mean to somebody coming out of college that want to make that student film, that want to really put that thing out there. They can do Lucas quality production.
That's right. Yeah, like I think this gives it basically, like, we commoditized information with the internet. Yep. Everybody had access to it. With social media, we kind of like commoditized and democratized community, like where everybody can get together, say anything, publish anything. Content production scale drop. I mean, price of production drop. Like at this point, it's essentially zero. Like everybody can create stuff. Now the question is, like, what are the differentiators when it comes to creativity? And that's the exciting part. Like, if you're right out of college and you had access to the best creative minds in the world, like, what could you do? I think that's the opportunity. If you can do anything, that's amazing. But if you have a unique perspective and unique taste and you have an original viewpoint, that's when it goes from just being another piece of commodity content to something being creative and unique.
So let's build on that one more piece. So you have this content, you're actually extremely creative, and you might not be the marketing brain. How do they get past the cacophony and volume of content that's going in the world to make that cream rise to the top, get seen, get noticed, get recognized?
Yeah, I am not sure, because I honestly don't have the answer.
There's just so much. I don't know.
And if you did, you wouldn't have it in 6 months.
Yeah, and tomorrow it'll be different.
Away,
No,
and
I
you
don't
couldn't ask your
think
AI because everybody else is asking their AI. So,
I think, what Sora has really done, like the app. Have you played with the app?
Yeah.
I think what they've really done is they've built this new place where they're trying to make readily available and acceptable the idea that you can just text to prompt anything and see it happen and make it entertainment. So what will rise to the top? I have no idea. Like I find myself watching videos that at first I think are real, and then going, wait a second, I bet that's AI generated. And then checking the comments to see if other people think the same thing. So I think transparency is going to help a lot. Like, was this 100% AI generated, or did you and a doppelganger generate it so it's unique in some unique way? I don't know. But just saying this is AI generated isn't helping.
Do you mess with Google Flow at all? Have you tried that?
I have.
Well?
I've tried Google Flow, and I've tried. What is ChatGPT's version of the same thing? Agents or something.
I can't remember.
Similar.
Yeah. I'm stuck on that. I don't know.
All right. That's all right.
But it feels like in Google Flow, it feels a little clunky and weird. I mean, I like
it's
it.
It's even worse than ChatGPT's agents.
Well, it feels like remember when we were kids, you sit around the campfire and you go, and she went to the grocery store, and then Chad builds on and says the next thing, and it's this iterative thing, and what do you want to do next? What do you want to do next? It's so clunky, but you can get some good stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But it also feels like an inefficient tool.
I think so much of this is working it out. Like Notebook LM, I feel like is the same way. Like there's like such a great tool. Like I've uploaded all sorts of stuff to create some great notebooks. And then I've listened to the podcast that's created, and I'm fascinated. Like, it is amazing. It still gets facts wrong and stuff, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. So I feel like a lot of this is still in the experimental phase. Like, it's a brand new innovation. There's a lot of experimentation still happening, and I think for a lot of these tools, you've yet to see like the escalation phase happen. Like, no one really knows what the perfect use case for any of this is, and I'm not sure how to use Flow. Like, I don't really.
I go back and forth. I mean, I like messing with it for logos and stuff, because you make
you see a bunch of stuff, but then I'm like, oh, what else am I going to do with it?
Storyboarding it out. You're kind of thinking it. Now what am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly. It's prompting you to think about the next step. I don't know.
So real quick, Drew, like, you've been speaking for longer than AI has been popular. You've been marketing since. What was the moment where you say, you know what, I got to go all in on this?
On the AI stuff?
Yeah.
I will tell you, I went to TED in the TED conference in 2022, and I was really excited to go. It was in Vancouver, and I went with a bunch of friends. And it turned into kind of a really great get-together with friends, highlighted by some amazing sessions. But the first 3 days of that TED, it's a 5-day conference, and it's sessions from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. Like,
this is the year of the big reveal, kind of.
Right? Yes, this was like when all of a sudden Sam Altman was demonstrating AI, and there was a live demo of rendering somebody's face as Tom Cruise live in the audience. It was fascinating. But every day I got more and more depressed at how powerful AI was. Like every time I thought, that's amazing, but AI will never be able to write a book as good as me. Then the next session would be like, how to write a book using AI. And then there were technological demos. There was a demo they had set up outside where an artist had created a text to image generator. It's the first time I had ever seen one, but it created wall size art. And the art was phenomenal. It was like anything you can imagine, stylized in this guy's style. And I demoed it. I spent like 30 minutes talking to this thing, and the guy was like, I think you need to give other people a chance. But I walked away going, if it can do that, like every artist in the world is screwed. And so I came back from TED really depressed. And I thought, this is the end of creativity, and like I've prided myself in that. And I guess my wife was like really upset because I was ready to hide for the next 10 years. So I went on this journey for about 6 months to say, like, is there a way where you can preserve your creativity and originality and get this to output stuff that you'd be proud of, where you have to work together? And I think that's where I ended up with the digital doppelganger. And that's when I thought, either way, I'm going all in on this. Like, either we can leverage it for great creativity and originality, and we can protect the way humans think and reward them for that, or we can go down another path that doesn't reward that stuff.
Well, Drew, I could literally go on.
This is
all
so
day
much fun.
with
I'm
you.
so glad we
I
got
thought I was going to do 15 minutes. We already burned through 31 minutes.
31 minutes.
I know,
you guys.
I know. And so I don't want to be greedy with your time, and I'm really greedy
so
for
much
this guy's
fun.
time. He's amazing. But as we land the plane, it feels like the things that we keep coming back to is that if you stand behind AI, you're going to blend in with everybody else.
That's it.
If you stand in front of your AI and let it carry the backpack for you, do some of the hard work in the framing, and you can put your personality around it and your creativity around it. That's when you really hit it and make it land, right?
That was a beautiful metaphor.
Every now and then, a blind chicken can get a little cornered. That's how it works.
So true.
So I always like to close out with, if people enjoyed what they heard here today, where can they see you next?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure. When do you guys distribute this?
Well,
today.
we'll be putting this
live.
I'll make sure I get this out by Sunday, because this is a really hot topic.
Well, over the next few months, I'm on the road. So, like, let's see, just in the next 2 weeks, it's Denver, Ireland, Las Vegas. So if you're in any of those cities over the next few weeks, you can always check my website, akadrewdavis.com. There's like a calendar of events. If I'm in your city or town, reach out. You can find me on LinkedIn. And that's the easiest way to get in touch.
Fantastic. I did send you a LinkedIn connection
I saw that. I hit connect this morning.
Yeah, I'm just a compulsive. Ad. He's like, no, this guy's stalker.
I said, I report scam.
Yes, exactly. It's an AI Michael Beck going after him. That's how it goes. And then we'll wake up one day and realize we were just the hallucination.
We were the whole time.
No, now we get into more philosophical stuff. So,
that's so funny.
Drew, I mean, really, beyond,
so
like,
nice
literally, I'm going to say it out loud. This is my favorite guest I've had on the show ever.
Oh, you're so kind.
I'm sorry, everybody, but this guy was with Muppets.
We'll cut that out. Okay.
I know we are not.
The show ended like a minute
I am
before
a human Muppet. This all makes sense to me. My dog's named Grover. It all makes sense.
Oh,
this is
that's so
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah. So, but everybody, this has been Andrew Drew Davis. What's your company's name, though?
Oh, I don't even have a company anymore. It's just
He's like Cher, but better. So, but no, this has been a complete honor. And always in closing, the last thing I always like to share with everybody: life is short. Random acts of kindness. Sprinkle that stuff everywhere. It's an infinite resource, and you never know whose day you're going to change.
So true.
So from here at the Prosper Accelerate Conference, we're signing off. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, our
guys.
audience.
Thanks,
you guys
Chad.
have an awesome day. We'll see you later.
Thanks, man.